Yeah, it's live. Hey, everybody. We are, as we have been tending to do of late, streaming our daily playtest. This build is, I'm trying to remember. Of course, we got more formation stuff already going in. We do have some graphics engine stuff that's changed of late, although I think that's going to be probably pretty transparent to anyone watching the stream. And just a lot of fixes, other good stuff. So start playing, and I'm sure other stuff will come to me as we're playing through. I'm actually looking through build notes. I know Sorian has, of course, been making a bunch of AI fixes. I'm actually just looking through changes and seeing what I can see. Like I said, a lot of AI fixes. There's been some art revisions, quite a few things on the effects and visuals front by animated tank treads and revised advanced bomber. Kind of cool stuff on that front. Gotta be careful this time to not let myself get bombed from the water. And let's see, who are we waiting on? Eli. Alright, so when I'm playing through here, I'm just kind of looking at the UI, trying to remember what was here last time we talked. And as people hop in the channel, I'm sitting there watching the chat channel, so I'll answer what I can. Probably mostly through voice, so I'll probably repeat the question asked in chat channel. Hello to those of you here already. Yeah. I'm trying to remember if there's anything really significant that I can call out. Right now we're going through a lot of iterative changes. We have a lot of stuff changing in the background, but a lot of that you won't see for a little while. So, excuse me. And I think I will get some naval going this game. That body of water is a little too tempting to just leave alone. And I really don't want someone to snipe me from behind again, especially since that jerk iterate is in the game again. So he seems to like, nuking my butt. So I do learn. Let's see, can we see anyone yet? For this game, of course, we got Inifrators, a DJ. There's Electron, just over his base. We have Scathus, of course. Someone destroying my poor little fireflies. And hey guys, welcome to the channel. I'm Brad, of course, myself, and Mr. Archon AI. And we have Mr. Sorian in our chat channel. Let's grab him. Let's do what I didn't do last time, which is build a naval fleet. Well, technically I had it queued up last time. I just forgot to actually, move it to the front of my queue. Oops. actually. So one of the things you will see in this build is a lot tighter wall building. So if you're building steady lines of walls, you shouldn't be quite so easy to have bots just sneak through when they shouldn't be able, when that shouldn't be an actual valid option. Because that just feels kind of weird. We're looking forward to getting the next bit out to you guys. Yes. So Annihilation. Much robot. Wow. I assume you guys can hear me okay, right? My actual okay, good. Sorry, and just confirmed. So, since he can hear me before the stream actually catches up with real time. Let's see. We got people over there. All right. Dogebot. I agree Dogebot would be awesome. However, probably not entirely in keeping with our overall artistic style. Yeah, we had a bug yesterday where if you queued up relatively complex build orders, it would send your Fabra walking off, and I'm not seeing it now, but yeah, we're getting some nice visual improvements. One of the things Varric is working on lately is he's actually overhauling the entire effects system, so that fairly soon, right now all of our effects are being rendered on the CPU, and I believe some point soon you'll see those actually start to be rendered on the GPU, which will help overall with CPU performance and actually allow for a bit more variety, as I understand it, on the actual effects front. So, we like putting lights on things, but the other thing you need to remember is every time you render a light, it is having a meaningful impact on your GPU performance, CPU performance, and other things. So, while we want to get as much of that cool looking stuff in as we can, we still have to approach it somewhat cautiously. The question or the comment I was responding to is, more lights on everything, please. Which, yeah, it's very cool, but, gotta still approach that pretty cautiously. Let's have him just help there. What am I saying? You have no sound? Stuff. Possibly things. Feeling like I'm kind of off to a slow start this game. So who did I see over here anyway? That was... Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. That's Elijah. I don't see anyone else at the moment, so... I do, however, need to get some more factories built soon. So let's get that going. Get the giant bot ball of death. Because everything is more fun. Yes, I am regaling you with a Doge story, because, wow. This is what happens when Garrett spends too much time on Reddit. And as always, of course, this will be up on YouTube later. Although, wow, whatever the other one I did yesterday was, I guess it's Thursday now, so back on Tuesday. It took for freaking ever to get that upload. It actually failed a couple times before it finally ever ended up uploading, so. Anyway, you got Sorian hanging out in the chat channel, you got me here, so if you guys got questions or just want to shoot the proverbial stuff. Sorry, trying to not swear too much. It goes against my nature, but I'm trying to keep this relatively PG, so. Oh, and here comes an Iferator. God damn it. They hasn't gotten too close yet, so. Alright. Clearly, I need to get some defenses on that wall. Ah! He is clearly just... DJ is my bane. Actually, DJ's most people's in this office's bane. He is remarkably good at building just crazy fast. What about the Uber Cannon? What other games have I worked on? I've worked on a lot of games. I started working on Ashran's Call back in the 90s. A number of Xbox One games. I was at Microsoft for about 7 years. After that, I left to become a designer. Worked on a number of different games like Zoo Tycoon 2. Then I worked on a MMO by the same guys who actually made EverQuest. It was called Vanguard Saga of Heroes, if you're familiar with that. And after that, that was actually my time at Gaspard Games. So I was working on games like Supreme Commander, Forged Alliance, Demigod. I did a fair bit of localization work in that time too, in addition to being producer. And then my next big title after that was I went down to San Francisco for a while to work on a game some of you might have played called Bioshock, specifically Bioshock 2. That's probably kind of the biggest, at least in terms of recognition, title I've worked on, because a lot of love RTSs, but it definitely is not there's very few RTSs that have sold 10 million units. So. Hmm?
DJ said he said the AI sent a vicious attack at him. So he sent Naval to attack the AI. It's like, oh well, yeah, of course you killed the AI. He doesn't do Naval yet.
Oh, I hadn't even realized that the AI was dead.
Yeah. Apparently it pissed off DJ and it scared him enough that he said, "Fuck this," and sent Naval. That's what he said.
Really good AI to have Nable's awareness.
It realized his baby threat, but maybe in response. Stream's lagging.
My stream is lagging?
Well, it's lagging in my screen.
Oh, actually, yeah. It is streaming. It is lagging a bit.
Sorry, we being too loud, guys.
No, I'm bad. You know how like sometimes there's this very sometimes there's this like source of information.
Yes.
Can you expand on it?
Yeah, Demigod was a great concept. We really loved working on that.
Fairly like do something I was trying to do for a while, and like, oh, there's actually this crazy cryptic function that I can do. Like, it's reasonable MD5, like the entire app folder. Like my version, I was having chicken egg problem with my version templates. Like my page didn't want to like go do this.
Right.
Like find launcher space launcher.hazard dash type app dash exec MD5 quote double curly brace.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened there with the lag.
Yes.
Seems like it's eased up a bit now, but
There's a website.
No, I mean, I understand what the fundamentals are.
yeah, Soren started out as a modder, and I actually started out as a hardware engineer for Intel before I got into software, specifically motherboard design, before I ever started making games.
I remember the name of right now, where you can just put in a command line command, and it will Unix specifically, and it'll just step by step be like, here's the flags that you passed in, what they mean, here's how it's piping through, and how it.
No, I mean, again, I built it up from first principles of this thing. After I had like parts of it, okay, I get what this is doing. I verified it. I said take it from piping here. I actually output a separate text file and then ran that to the MD5.
Now, it occurs to me
I get it, but still like.
that I might want to be cautious here.
I learned a new spell today.
Yes, yes, it is. That is what working together is. You just have this.
I realized I didn't really want my commander to get stuck on the wrong side of that.
Any sufficiently advanced technology isn't. Yeah. But I don't know if I could call Unix advanced. I would just call it like powerful.
Let's see, what do we got going on here?
Yeah, like this is just a dive into Arcana, but somehow people go spend their entire time, so much time around.
Yeah, I'm not doing too hot this game.
Area Patrol for Land, is that working down there?
Yeah.
Not live though, right? That was something we changed in the last update.
Yeah, Area Patrol for Land units is actually working. We, I think, showed that off in a playtest last week sometime. Oh, great. Yeah, this is not going to end well. I knew he had Navy. It's the gunships that are making me nervous.
I couldn't tell looking at this screen. White.
Boys are gunships. Oh, yeah. Look at that. It's a water bunny. Oh, yeah. I'm about to get hosed. Just for those who hadn't noticed. Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot I can do there. So what do you guys think? I think I'm dead. Apparently he decided to let me be for a second, but I think that's just because I almost had a anti-air up, but... Oh, he is. My commander's down to like a 10th health. He's probably got a bot army this... Oh, yeah, there we go. Alright. Boom. Yeah, we're dead. Okay. So, let's see what everyone else is up to. Yeah. So what do we got going on here? We got Skaith is in a relatively tight base, and I'm guessing he's already off planet, so let's see what's going on out there. Ice puns. He's scouting, I guess? Yeah, he's just scouting there at the moment, so no clue what he's doing. And he's already taken over this planet, which I kind of guessed. Yeah, I'm not suiciding. Died legitimately, just rather embarrassingly. So Elytron is up to Tech 2. Brad is building lots and lots of walls. Am I missing anyone? No, I guess that's it, because NF has got the giant base. Skathis has got his little tight base, but he's already, of course, taken over the Yeah, the game is running fine. I'm not... So, you guys can't hear me at the moment. I'm not sure quite what's going on with the live stream. I hope Twitch is actually capturing this, so I guess we'll see. Otherwise, it's going to make for a very interesting YouTube stream later.
Finds all of the units in the area that it wants to find, and it's like, pick one, best one, the closest one, whatever, go load it. How do I notify the other transporters that that unit is being loaded currently?
Yeah, OBS is working just fine, so I'm guessing Twitch may just be having some lag issues right now. So if that gets carried over in the final stream, now you know what happened. Well, you know, it's a popular service, so. And I'm only streaming it at 720 because when I try and do it 1080p, it seems to be a little too harsh for everyone to see what's going on. Alright. Oh, actually, that's a good point. There is a tournament going on because I believe LCS is happening today. So that would explain why Twitch might be a little bit hammered right now. Let's set a camera here so I can come back a little easier. Still no one on ice puns. But we got, yep. By the time anyone else manages to get out there, he'll have pretty much pure dominance. Though apparently needed a little bit more anti-air than he had. Yeah, the next few builds should see a lot of changes happening on the pathing front. We're still busting away through a lot of it. Of course, it's a remarkably complex system, but there's already a lot of improvements just with the formations and everything. And then a lot of it just comes down to finding all the edge cases, getting everything fixed, and making sure everything's working the way we want it to. So, okay, looks like Brad finally has a little bit more than just a bunch of walls. Yeah, well, he had a bunch of factories at one point, but it looks like someone came in and dissuaded him of that notion. We have the one and only famous Steve Thompson looking over my shoulder, watching the game.
Which is funny because everybody looks over his shoulder at what he's doing, so it's okay. I'm watching his live stream, so it's.
Yeah, whatever's going on with the stream should equalize itself out. I'm sure if they just started a new stream on the LCS, it'll cause a little bit of a short-term lag, but it should resolve itself pretty quickly. Yeah, I don't know. I think Brad needs more walls personally, but I'm not sure what Elijah is doing over here yet. What's that?
I don't think Elijah knows how to play.
LTP, L2P. And an Ifrator, as always, is spreading over the planet like the virus he is. Because he is evil. DJ. The boy is vicious. Got skills. So, build. Yeah. It'll come out when it's ready. Bet you didn't know I was going to say that. We actually do want to get a build out sooner rather than later, but we've had a lot of big underpinning changes made to the engine of late, just to, like I was talking about earlier, improving the particle systems and everything. So it's going to take us a couple days to get things hammered out. So, but we are definitely getting close to a good place for a build. Huh. Apparently a certain bug is still happening occasionally. You know, we get inspiration where we can. So the question is, are both both planets are actually able to be used as weapons. Oh, is there someone else here? No, that's just Mr. Skaith is starting to get a protective layer on that planet. Man, those guys move fast. Alright. Except for DJ, everyone's playing a little too defensively. I think I need to yell at Brad to start building more units. Bunch of turtlers. What the heck? see if I can identify exactly what was an Iterator's early on build. I'm guessing it was right here. 4 bot factories and all the core. I think especially early on I may need to start adjusting my first 10 minutes to much more aggressive gameplay so then I can focus more on expansion. I tend to do it the other way around and that just never seems to work well for me. I try not to, but you go ahead. Sorry, I'm just being a smartass, so I won't repeat his. This has got a bit of build going on there. I think you misspelled irritating. Did someone spell irritating? Can you miss-say irritating? Anyway. Alright, I don't think there's much question who owns the main planet. No, I mean, you know, I actually kind of just, one of the comments in the chat channel is gunships having a secondary weapon that can fight air units, and frankly, gunships are very powerful and they really need to have an offset, and one of those offsets is not being able to attack air units. Doesn't mean couldn't, you know, a significant amount of balance or changes on that front couldn't be made, but right now I'm personally pretty much liking that they're a really good anti-ground, but you know, they're your ground glass cannon. So, you know, if there's flak or a bunch of anti-air, you're pretty much hosed. And if my voice sounds a little different today, I apologize. I am apparently a tad congested, so unfortunately I think it's starting to hit allergy season here in Seattle. Oh, no, no. Okay. Whew. I think that was just all the effects popping in. I thought the server had crashed there for a second. Who owns the most walls? Seriously? Do we have any question who owns the most walls? Look at this thing. This boy's crazy. And he's still not building units. I don't know what that Brad guy's up to. The reason I say that a little louder when I'm giving Brad crap is because he literally sits on the other side of my desk, so. And it's Brad, so it's just fun to give him crap, so. What we got going on here? Got. Huh. Well, that'll be a fairly funny sneak attack if that's what happens. Oh, got some battleships. Jockeying for position. Yes, the Great Wall of Bradington. Yeah, it's funny, you know, like Soren and I chat about that a lot, and the difficulty of the AI that are actually talking about in the chat channel right now. And our basic opinion overall for the project is it's a much better thing to do to get, especially when we have things like the economy scaling already in the lobbies, so you can at least scale them back a little bit if they're too hard, is get the AI as good and as smart as you can possibly get it, especially in beta, because it's always a lot easier to scale them back and get them less hard. But if you're, you know, if you're at a point where the AI just isn't providing a challenge to 90% of your players, that's a much harder thing to fix. So, you know, I know on his plate, besides, you know, a lot of neural network learning and stuff, is he wants to get personalities. He wants to get, I don't know, what's some of the other stuff that you're planning on putting in? Yeah, just different behaviors in general, so they're not always using the exact same strategy. So you'll see different AIs behave in different ways depending on what they decide their goals are for that game. Yeah, Valve's over in. Someone just was talking. Yeah, we're in Kirkland, near Seattle, which is actually we're just down the street from where Valve and Bungie used to be. Those guys have both moved over to the Bellevue area, which is just 5 miles up the road from us, but a lot more office space up there too. So, oh, we got some.
Son of a bitch.
I think Mr. Combs' primary Earth base may be not long for this world here. Can't remember how far those guys can reach, but that planet's taken over. Still no one on the second moon. I wonder if his plan is to just roll that out with a gate here soon. Well, because he's already building Halley's, and actually, I'm not sure if he has enough space on here to build 3, so that'll be interesting. Alright. Oh, and here comes the roll. Got a bunch of vanguards. So far, it's mostly looking like vanguards and shellers. Ooh, my frame rate is definitely getting a little harsh right now, but partially that's due to the bunch of interim changes that are still coming in. If he doesn't move those vanguards closer soon, he's going to lose a lot of them because they have to get really close to be effective. There he goes. Oh yeah, the AI has already comboed me a number of times when he's decided he's got no alternative. It is actually pretty funny watching the AI rage quit. Yeah, those vanguards when they get close, if they make it into the base, they pretty much clean up. Come on, Brad, more units, man. We came here to see a giant ball of bot death. Elijah needs to go on the offensive here too. Yeah, he's still in the game. He's got a bunch of units, but he's not doing anything with them. He needs to mix this stuff up. Never know.
He's got like a wide open space into Brad's base. He could totally kill him right now.
I know, that's what I mean. He could just roll in there.
Dude. What is he doing?
Well, apparently he's losing some of his orbital units right now, but no, I think there's no chance of Brad winning this game. I don't know if I don't know if Skathis has quite enough orbital units there. Holy cats!
If DJ doesn't start building nukes and nuking the fuck out of Skathis' planet, he's
Let's see. I just hope Combs has a plan to get off that planet. And the shelling commences. I'm not sure how well they'll be able to hit from there. Oh, his moon? It's just a bristling ball of death. Brad's okay, I'm not going to repeat that in live. This is when my brain sometimes needs to catch up with my mouth. Throw. No, there's no interplanetary, no interstar system play. The Galactic War is kind of the closest that we plan on doing that for now, where you work your way through an actual galactic map to take over a galaxy, but it's single solar system play for now. Ooh. I think I'll be showing that to Varric. My frame rate is really harsh, but he probably is expecting that right now while he's still getting everything moved over. Well, we want to build it, so the thing is there's a lot of things a lot of us want, but building a game even of this scale is a remarkable amount of work, and trying to expand that to multiple solar systems and on beyond that is an insane amount of work. And it's not to say we won't someday get there, but right now we just want to kind of make gameplay on this scale with a single solar system and a number of planets really just a lot of fun and performance, so as many people as possible can play it. For the time being, you're probably not going to be able to fly a planet into the sun now. In the future, who knows? Could be. Wow. I guess he has enough room to do another Haley on that moon. But I'm just wondering when he's planning on getting anything actually built on that secondary moon. Yeah, but he's not building any units. Oh, well, he's got a Hulkins coming in though, so that should be interesting. Oh, totally. Regarding long term, there's a ton. Oh, apparently, Elijah just woke up, and this may be very short-lived for Brad because he's kind of at the wrong end of the base. Yeah, although he needs to keep them moving. Oh yeah, there goes Brad. By the way, I am casting, but performance. Are you expecting performance on this one while we're still in the kind of interim to be actually significantly worse? Okay, we might want to actually Control Shift F11. I'll grab a cap of it for you. So there goes Brad. Yeah, 5-ish. And I haven't been having that problem lately.
It's not worse. That is worse.
Yeah. So anyway, I hadn't had enough time to really investigate what was causing it, but I definitely noticed this particular match. My perf is definitely getting a little more hammered. Yeah, poor Brad. That did not end well. Had he built more units like I had told him to.
I built units at the beginning of the game. I had 8 tank factories.
And I noticed you didn't have eight tank factories anymore.
It's because I reclaimed them for the metal because they were worthless. No, it was a good game.
Nah, that's good. And it looks like Skathis is about to get kicked off the main planet here.
Hey,
Yeah,
on the
animation.
plus side, all those walls left a pretty scorch mark.
What's that? Oh yeah, the miles and miles of wall death look pretty awesome. Let's see. And it looks like Mr. Skathis has his third Haley up and running. So Well, and there's no one on the other moon. It's got a couple flyers around it, but otherwise is pretty much empty. Oh, well. Which makes me wonder what Skathis is going to do. Maybe he'll just fly his commander off to the secondary moon. Standard size per planet? So, I mean, we actually support already building up to about a 3,000 meter planet, which is, this is probably only like a 600-ish, maybe 700. But you got to remember the memory requirements. It's what is that? A logarithmic scale that landmass increases with? Square. That's right. It's the square. So it's just the memory requirements for a 3,000 meter radius planet is just it's not a direct linear progression. It's not 4 times more than an 800 meter planet. It requires a huge amount of memory, a huge amount of processing. So near term, we don't expect actually most people to be playing on planets that big. And frankly, the game is kind of balanced around, if you're on a 3,000 meter planet, it's going to take you for freaking ever to march an army across that. Although, yes, teleporters, help speed that up, and it's possible we might have more transporters and other things like that coming in.
Let's go. It is the fog age. Into the fog age.
And I will not be repeating the peanut gallery in the background here for fear of yeah, anyway. I don't need I really don't need to borrow trouble. I can usually get in enough all on my own, so what I'm wondering here is if Combs is just considering maybe actually having it be a 3-way loss. Because he's got everything he needs now. He just finished his final Haley.
Well, he can move his commander onto that other planet.
Yeah, he can. So, and I'm wondering if that's what he's planning. Wow. And I'm currently getting about 1 frame per second here. Actually, it might be closer to 1 frame per minute. So, just let's see what happens here. What? No. I know my frame rate just really came to a screeching halt for a minute. No, we are not turning on the webcam during these playtests. Absolutely not. The thing is, you got to remember, I mean, even me just kind of chatting on a chat channel like this, since we're in a fairly open office situation, can be more than a little distracting. If we start throwing in things like the webcam and stuff, it's really randomizing for the entire team. So. Yep, he just triggered it. And it looks like his commander is actually on the way right now. Boom. And that would be the game. Apparently they should have been a little more ready to get their guys off the planet. Alright guys, so build is looking pretty good. We're still going to have to hammer on a few things. I'm going to be working with Varric on some of the performance stuff I've seen in this game, but we're getting close. Looks good. The balance changes are definitely nice. I don't know if you guys noticed that, but those units were moving pretty quick. So anyway, thanks for joining us today, and we'll see y'all soon.